The achievements of
You're kidding me.
Kamala Harris. Only in Texas, baby. Welcome back to the show. You know, the book is actually on sale at Amazon. It's The Achievements of Kamala by Jason, what's his name? And it is actually a book that has no content. And I laughed. I had to share it with the world on X today. Welcome to the show, everybody. My name is James Rule XRP. I go by @RuleXRP on X. I'm not a financial advisor. It's Sunday evening. I just wanted to create some content. I always like to get a little humor out there, a little, to kind of liven things up, because everybody is so on edge about their investments and not becoming millionaires. But, today we're going to look at one thing. One of my dear friends from Australia created a video and got it out today and talked about exit strategies and talked about taking profits from our current holdings, not to be greedy. I've been greedy the last few years. We're going to go over that. We're going to look at some crypto news. We're going to look at all kind of neat things pertaining to cryptocurrency and digital assets and some of the news that's going on around the world. Be sure to follow me on X @RuleXRP. If you would like this video, share it, subscribe to my channel. I sure would appreciate it. So let's go ahead and get into it. Today's episode is sponsored by Caleb & Brown. Now, Caleb & Brown is a cryptocurrency broker. You have a one-on-one broker that guides you through investing in digital assets and cryptocurrency and all the above. And also, they have zero liquidity issues. So if, for instance, say here in the next month or two, if we have a bull run or an event in cryptocurrency and Coinbase crashes, or maybe another exchange crashes, Caleb & Brown gives you the opportunity to take profits in massive amounts. Click on the affiliate link below. It's free to sign up. Tell them James Rule XRP sent you by. We're not going to look at numbers today. We're going to go ahead and get into the news. And my buddy Barry C @B_ARRI_C. He follows me. I follow him. Not financial advice. Build your 2024 bull run portfolio. He has a Patreon. He created a video, and you know what? Over the past 7 years, greed has caused me not to take profits in the last several bull runs. When I got into crypto in 2017, I bought XRP, and at the very end of 2017, 2018, XRP went up to 380. I kept holding. I wanted to ride it up because I didn't have that many. Well, in 2021, XRP went up to $1.81. I did not take profits. I wanted to ride it back up. It's this crazy rock and roller coaster ride, but you know what? This time is going to be different. And if you want to subscribe to Barry C's YouTube channel, he is very XRP centric. He has that Australian voice, and he gets it out there. And I want to thank Barry for bringing this to my attention. His latest video, which I'll leave in the link below, description of the video below, talks about XRP profit strategy. And he talks about, what were your dollar cost averages buying into XRP or Bitcoin or Ethereum or VeChain or whatever you purchase. I have several dozen different digital assets. I know many of you are new. You may have 1 or 2 or 5 or 10 or a dozen. A lot of you out there are OGs like myself that have been accumulating over the past several years. And if you have continued to accumulate, it's not going to take that much of an increase to take good profits. So check out the video. Like I said, I'll leave it below. Thank you, Barry. I love you, brother. We haven't been talking much lately. We've both been working a lot. But Barry usually opens up a Twitter space where people around the world, we all chat and we cut up and we have fun. We talk about crypto. Now, XRP, talking about taking profits. Everybody around the world is going to have their own exit strategy. I'm not a financial advisor. I'm not telling you what to buy, when to sell, all the above. But, many of you out there may have purchased XRP at the current price of 53 cents. You may have purchased at $1.09. You may have purchased at 11 cents, 17 cents, or whatever. But you really have to dollar cost average on all of your different purchases and have an average of what you paid for your digital assets. And if you're going to take profits, say if XRP goes up to $1 or $3 or $5 or $10, if and when that happens, are you going to sell your whole bag? Or are you going to sell a percentage? I did an an Excel sheet here a few years ago based on how many I had, kind of laid out, at what price, what are the profits going to be, all the above, dollar cost average and all the above. And mine has changed because I have continued to accumulate. So honestly, and this is just me, when XRP gets to say $3 to $5, I'm definitely going to take a percentage of profits. As the price increases throughout the months or years or however long it takes, I'm going to continue to take profits because I've been greedy. I've been greedy. Yeah, I want to wait till it gets to $10 or $100. No, I'm not going to do that. I'm at the point in my life, I'll be 58 next week, that it's time to take some green off of the top. It's time to live and enjoy life and possibly fire the boss very soon. But, you have to really think about what you're doing, who you're wanting to take care of, your family, your children, your parents, whoever, or an organization, or you want a new home, or you want to pay off a home or car. What do you want in life? And that's what it's all about. Stop stressing out so much. I know we've been riding these roller coaster rides for years now. And as these technologies begin to become more adopted around the world, you're going to see some increases in value, increases in price, increases in transparency and all the above. So, you have to do your own research on that. Okay, here was some big news that came out. It looks like the UAE is going to remove taxes for all crypto transactions. I'm not going to go over the article. I will leave it below. And it states that the changes, which will come into effect on November the 15th, following Cabinet Decision number 100 of 2024, introduce a VAT exemption for transferring and converting virtual assets, including cryptocurrencies. Go ahead, UAE. You're doing the right thing. Okay, here we go. Everybody knows Mark Cuban. Mark Cuban he's been getting a lot of flack lately because he's for Harris. He chose Harris over Trump, and I disagree with that. But supposedly he recently had an exchange with the SEC chair Gary Gensler, and we're going to look at this article real quick on Yahoo Finance. It came out on October the 4th from Hope C. It says, billionaire entrepreneur Mark Cuban discussed his recent face-to-face meeting with the head of the SEC, Gary Gensler. He describes a tense meeting that underlined the deep divide separating crypto advocates from the regulators. Cuban outlined in his confrontation with Gensler in the green room at CNBC, where he directly hit out at the SEC's means of policing crypto. Quote, I told him, you're screwing the whole thing up. You're pushing industries overseas, Cuban recalled. The Shark Tank star seemed in disbelief that Gensler didn't seem able to understand why the SEC's, quote, regulation by enforcement approach has been subject to so much ire in the crypto world, just like suing Coinbase, just like suing Kraken and Ripple and XRP and all the above. We've been fighting this battle for 4 years. We're finally starting to get some clarity, but the SEC is still trying to continue to ask for more. They're greedy little bastards. So instead, Cuban suggested Gensler sees himself as some sort of crusading public servant, likening him to Senator Elizabeth Warren's notoriously anti-crypto view. Now, Mark Cuban is for John Deaton in Massachusetts. He is against Elizabeth Warren. Quote, I think he's got some of the Elizabeth Warren in him, Cuban said, referring to the Massachusetts senator's relentless framing of cryptocurrency as a means for criminals and dodgers to launder money. That stance has led both Warren and Gensler to be viewed as crypto villains by the industry's proponents. But the bigger surprise came when Cuban let it slip out that his recent public overtures about possibly serving as SEC chair in a Harris administration were actually an act of rhetorical trolling rather than a serious expression of interest. He confessed, quote, I do not want to be the chairman of the SEC, but I wanted the conversation to happen to send the message to Gary Gensler that he's doing it all wrong. Cuban emphasized that he remains committed to his crypto-friendly lobbying, and he is pursuing a follow-up meeting with Gensler to continue their discussion. So I don't know how much of this is true, how he got to speak with Gary Gensler, but if he did, he's speaking pretty much for everyone. Regulation by enforcement is wrong. Gary Gensler is greedy. The banks are paying him off, all this bullshit. And hopefully, very soon, the U.S. government will open their eyes and realize the damage that the SEC has caused. And if we take it a step further, Caitlin Long, right here, she is the founder and CEO of Custodia Bank. And she tweeted out a response to Cowboy Crypto at Cowboy Crypto 313, who is a member of the XRP community. So, will the former enforcement director of the SEC be doing crypto defense work against the SEC now that he's in the private sector? Now, why did she bring this up? Because, a few days ago it was announced that Gerbir Graywall left as the enforcement director, or is leaving as the enforcement director at the SEC, like I mentioned on yesterday's video, like William Hinman did. And right here it says Gerbir Graywall, I guess it's Gerbir Graywall, or however you pronounce it, who left his enforcement director position on the same day as the SEC filed their Ripple appeal notice, is now heading to Milbank Law Firm on October 2019. Milbank partner Douglas Landry co-authored Distributed Ledger Technology as a tool for streamlining transactions, chapter in blockchain and cryptocurrency regulation. And I think it was sponsored by the Ethereum Alliance, which, we always talk about ETHgate and all this other crap that's going on or went on. Landy left in 2021 to White & Case, where he is currently partner, and also where previous SEC crypto and cyber litigation chief LaDan Stewart departed to after leaving the SEC. She is also ex-Sherman and Sterling, which is Bill Hinman's old law firm. She happens to be the SEC lawyer who led the Coinbase lawsuit. And if we go down here, we could see that Milbank FinTech, view all the lawyers. It says, with a team made up of experienced attorneys from several practices around the world, we're able to tailor out our services to help our clients optimize opportunities and manage risk on a full range of fintech transactions and initiatives. Our fintech team provides expertise across the following areas: regulatory, technology, corporate, funds, capital markets, tax, intellectual property, and dispute resolution. And I went in here and I added this, that former top CFTC official joined Milbank's litigation. And if we take it even further, I mentioned to Cowboy Crypto that SEC Chief Litigation Counsel Olivia Cho joins Milbank's litigation group on September 16th, a month ago. And he thanked me for showing this to him. Thank you very much. So all of these government officials, I know some have lawyer backgrounds and all that, but they're going to companies that are anti-SEC, that are fighting for these fintech companies, like Gerbir Graywall, throws this against Ripple, the appeal notice, and now he's headed to a law firm to flip the switch or whatever you want to call it. It's crazy. I mean, to me, it's just hypocrisy. Jay Clayton went to several firms that are pro Bitcoin and Ethereum. William Hinman went back to a practice that was paying him under the table while he was director of enforcement at the SEC. There's a lot of things, a lot of garbage that we've pulled up on these government officials over the past few years, and enough is enough already. Okay, here last week, Visa announced a Visa tokenized asset platform, which is VTAP for short. What is VTAP by Visa? Visa unveiled its Visa tokenized asset platform on October the 3rd recently. This initiative aims to simplify the issuance and management of tokenized assets, including tokenized deposits, stablecoins, and central bank digital currencies. With VTAP, financial institutions can create and experiment with their own fiat-backed tokens using a sandbox environment accessible through the Visa developer platform. I'm not going to go into details. It says, with a vast network of over 15,000 financial institutions spanning more than 200 countries and territories, Visa hopes to enhance the transaction experience for fiat currencies. and it shows how it works. There's a sandbox feature, there's a testing phase, there's an onboarding process that they're setting up. Key features is programmability, API integration, blockchain framework. Benefits of VTAP is seamless integration, simplified technical integration, unlocking programmable potential, bridging blockchains. Interoperability is what we're looking at. Flare, Ripple, all these other ecosystems are becoming interoperable with other networks because that's what it's going to take. Just like the RLUSD stablecoin, there's going to be one created in the United States. There's probably going to be one created in China. There's going to be one created in the UAE and Switzerland and the UK and all these different territories. And they're going to be interoperable on different blockchains with the values of the so-called stablecoin of that region. So, there's a lot of things going on. Visa's setting it up. There's other organizations and banks. We talked about Swift yesterday, wanting to go digital and send digital transactions and all the above. So let's go. All right. A lot of people were putting out this campaign yesterday, and I shared it. It's from change.org. It's a petition. And when I posted this morning, there were about 7,170 signatures. It says, stop the SEC's unnecessary and frivolous appeal in the Ripple versus SEC case. I'm not affiliated with this. I did sign the petition, and there's individuals here from the community that did voices. They record a little video clips and stuff. And I said, hashtag fire Gary Gensler was my comment. Why this petition matters. It's started by the XRP Army. I'm not sure who the individual was. I think they're located in New York. I'm going to read these paragraphs here. And, this is what we're fighting. We're fighting the SEC. We're fighting for regulatory clarity. And we already got regulatory clarity on XRP. But the SEC is a bunch of assholes. And they're still going after Ripple. And they're still going after fintech companies and exchanges and all the above. And they need to stop. Our story begins with 4 years of unwavering battle with the SEC. These years have been married with underlying efforts to defend what we and many others believe in, the legitimacy of Ripple. The SEC's frivolous appeal in the Ripple versus SEC final judgment adds an unnecessary layer of complexity and import an air of uncertainty within the digital currency market. The purpose of the SEC's existence is to protect investors, maintain fair and efficient markets, and facilitate capital formation. However, its prolonged contention with Ripple seems to contradict these objectives. Instead of providing protection, it's inflicting unnecessary pain of individual investors like myself and countless others. The plea here is straightforward. Stop the SEC's baseless appeal in the Ripple versus SEC final judgment. The ramifications of this case extend beyond just Ripple and its stakeholders. It's a matter of principle that goes to the very foundations of digital currency regulations. We must protect the interest of all digital currency enthusiasts worldwide who are inspired by the prospects of a decentralized financial future. In this unwarranted appeal, sign the petition today and let your voices be heard. I'll leave a copy of it below. We are up to, or the petition is up to 7,664 signatures. Today alone, there were 1,215 people that signed it. Way to go, XRP community. I'm not sure what this leads to, where this goes, who else is going to see this, or government officials going to see this. Is the SEC, is Gary Gensler, or all the goons at the SEC going to see it? I don't know, but it just shows you that these petitions get the world that are, caring about their digital assets and the companies that use them, and we're trying to fight for a level playing field. So anyway, a new week's coming up. Yes, I'm back to work tomorrow, unfortunately, but pretty soon I will be able to fire my boss. Pretty soon I'll be able to take some profits as well as yourself. And I hope everyone has an incredible week. Be sure to subscribe to the James Rule Crypto Show on YouTube, and we will see you very soon. Have a great week, and don't forget, I told you so.